You may not realize it right now, but the power to change your entire life is sitting in front of you in the form of one decision. That's right, just one decision. And let me tell you something, it's not the big, life-altering moments that change the course of your life. It's the decisions you make every single day, the ones that push you to take action, that move you closer to the life you've been dreaming of. Think about it for a second. Where you are right now, your circumstances, your job, your relationships, your health, it all came from the decisions you've made up until now. But here's the beauty of it, you can choose to make a different decision. And that decision could set you on a path to a completely new life, one that excites you, challenges you, and pushes you to become the best version of yourself. But here's the thing, change is uncomfortable, it's terrifying. When you think about making that decision, what's the first thing that pops up? Fear, doubt. You start questioning whether you're ready or if you're worthy of something better. But listen closely, that fear is a sign that you're on the verge of something great. The fear isn't the enemy, it's the comfort of staying where you are, of staying stuck. That's your enemy. Fear means you're growing. Fear means you're on the edge of something new. What if instead of running from that fear, you walk straight into it? What if you could look at that fear and instead of letting it control you, you let it fuel your decision? Because the truth is, the only way to transform your life is to stop waiting for some magical moment of clarity and just decide to act now. What would happen if you made that one decision to stop playing small? To stop making excuses? What would happen if you decided that today is the day you finally take control of your health, your career, your relationships, and your destiny? I'll tell you what would happen. Your life would begin to transform, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Because that's the moment everything starts to shift, the moment you decide you're no longer going to settle for less than you deserve. But I want you to understand something. That one decision, the decision to change, doesn't mean the work is done. That decision is just the beginning. It's the seed that you plant. Now you have to water it. You have to nurture it. You have to take consistent action every single day to keep it alive. It's the small, everyday choices that will move you closer to your vision. It's not just about one big leap, it's about the small, steady steps that you take every day to prove to yourself that you can do this. Now, I know it's easy to tell yourself that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes. But the truth is, you're ready right now. You are more than capable. You are worthy of the life you dream about. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about trusting yourself enough to make that decision, knowing that you have the strength within you to make it happen. And yes, there will be challenges. Yes, you will stumble. But you are not defined by your setbacks. You are defined by your willingness to get back up, to stay the course, and to make that decision to change again and again. Right now, in this very moment, you have a choice. You can keep going down the same path, letting fear, doubt, and uncertainty hold you back. Or you can choose to step into your greatness. You can choose to make the decision to be someone who takes action, who owns their destiny, and who refuses to let anything stand in the way of their dreams. The power is in your hands. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the right time. The time is now. Take control, make that decision, and watch your life begin to transform. The power of one decision is often underestimated. People tend to believe that transformation requires a series of grand orchestrated moves, but the truth is that it often begins with a single, simple choice. This decision can be the turning point that sets everything into motion. It's the moment when you choose to stop playing small, when you decide that enough is enough, and that you're ready to take control of your own life. This one decision can change your health, your career, your relationships, and ultimately your future. Think about it for a moment. You've faced moments in your life where a single decision shifted the course of things. Maybe it was a decision to apply for a new job, or to commit to a healthier lifestyle, or to end a toxic relationship. Whatever it was, it all started with one choice, one bold move that put you on a new trajectory. It's easy to look back at those moments and say, I had to make that choice, but do you realize how powerful that choice was? It wasn't just a decision, it was the spark that ignited the flame of change. A decision is not just about making a choice, it's about deciding to own your life. It's a declaration that you will no longer be a passive observer of your circumstances, but an active participant in shaping your future. That single decision says, I am in charge. I am no longer waiting for things to change. I am going to change them. The challenge, however, is that making a decision often requires stepping out of your comfort zone. It means embracing uncertainty, overcoming fear, and silencing the doubts that tell you that you can't do it or that you're not ready. This is where most people get stuck. They hesitate. They wait for a sign. They procrastinate, thinking that the perfect moment will arrive. But the truth is, the perfect moment will never come. The perfect moment is now, and the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is your decision to take action. The power of one decision lies in its ability to cut through indecision, to remove the paralysis of fear and overwhelm. It's a decision to commit to yourself, to your growth, and to your dreams. And once you make that decision, everything starts to align. Doors open, opportunities present themselves, and you begin to see the possibilities that were always there, but which you couldn't notice until you made the choice to see them. Taking responsibility is the foundation of personal growth and transformation. It's the realization that no matter what has happened in your life up to this point, you are the author of your story. Every decision you've made, every path you've chosen has brought you to where you are today. And while that may seem overwhelming at first, the moment you fully embrace responsibility for your life is also the moment you reclaim your power. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming external circumstances or other people for where you are. You stop pointing fingers at the economy, your upbringing, your boss, your partner, or anything else you've been using as an excuse. Instead, you recognize that you are in charge of how you respond to life's challenges. It doesn't matter what's happened to you, what matters is how you choose to move forward. This shift in mindset can be liberating because it puts the control back in your hands. No longer are you a victim to your circumstances, you are the architect of your future. The key to taking responsibility is understanding that you have a choice. In every situation, you can choose how to react. You can choose to stay stuck in your frustration, anger, or regret, or you can choose to take action and move in a new direction. It's not about pretending that life is perfect or ignoring the difficulties you face. It's about acknowledging your role in the situation and asking yourself what you can do differently. What can you do today to create a better tomorrow? This means owning your mistakes, your failures, and your setbacks without shame or self-pity. It means understanding that mistakes are part of the journey, not evidence of your inadequacy. Responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. It means accepting that you have the power to change the things you can, to learn from the things you can't control, and to grow stronger with every experience. Taking responsibility also requires letting go of the need for approval or validation from others. It's about deciding that your happiness, your success, and your life are in your hands, not dependent on anyone else's opinions, circumstances, or outcome. When you take responsibility for your actions, you empower yourself to make the changes you need to create the life you want and to truly live on your own terms. Fear and doubt are two of the most powerful forces that hold people back from reaching their potential. They are insidious because they often masquerade as protection, whispering that they're trying to keep you safe from failure, rejection, or pain. But in reality, they keep you stuck, trapped in a cycle of inaction, hesitation, and missed opportunities. Overcoming fear and doubt isn't about eliminating them entirely, it's about learning to move forward in spite of them. Fear often arises when we step into the unknown, we're about to take a risk, or when we venture beyond our comfort zone. It tells us all the reasons why we should stay where we are, why we should avoid change, and keep doing things the way we've always done them. But the truth is, the moment you start to push against your comfort zone, fear will show up. And the only way to overcome it is to acknowledge it and do it anyway. The key to overcoming fear isn't to wait for the fear to disappear, because it won't. The key is to act, even when you're scared. Every time you face fear and take action anyway, you teach yourself that fear doesn't have the power to stop you. Fear might still be there, but it no longer controls you. You start to realize that fear is just a feeling, a reaction in your mind and body, not an absolute truth. It's telling you a story, but you don't have to believe it. Doubt is a companion to fear. It's the voice inside that questions your ability, your worth, and your right to succeed. It makes you question your decisions, your capabilities, and your dreams. It thrives on uncertainty and whispers that you aren't good enough, that others are more qualified, or that you'll fail before you even try. The most dangerous thing about doubt is that it can be so convincing. It's easy to listen to those inner voices and assume they're telling the truth. But doubt, just like fear, is an illusion. To overcome doubt, you have to recognize it for what it is, a habit of the mind, not a reflection of reality. Doubt stems from our past experiences, our fears, and sometimes our insecurities. But it doesn't have to define our future. One of the most powerful ways to silence doubt is through action, by proving to yourself that you can handle the uncertainty and challenges that come your way. Each time you take a step forward, you build confidence and momentum, and you begin to drown out the voice of doubt with the voice of evidence that you are capable, that you can succeed, and that your dreams are worth pursuing. Fear and doubt will never completely disappear, but when you learn to embrace them and act in spite of them, you take back your power. And with each courageous step, you begin to rewrite the story, creating a narrative where fear and doubt are no longer obstacles but stepping stones to your success. Consistency is one of the most underrated yet powerful forces behind success and personal transformation. It's not the one-time bursts of effort or moments of inspiration that create lasting change. It's the steady, persistent actions you take day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediate. The impact of consistency is profound because it compounds over time, turning small efforts into monumental progress. When you commit to something with consistency, you're not just making an effort once or twice, you're making a promise to yourself that you're in it for the long haul. Whether it's building a new habit, working toward a goal, or developing a new skill, the key isn't in the intensity of the work in the beginning, but in your ability to show up consistently. That's where most people fail. They start strong, filled with enthusiasm and excitement, but when the initial motivation fades, they stop putting in the work. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed are the ones who stay consistent, even when it's hard, even when it feels like nothing is changing. The impact of consistency is like the gradual building of momentum. Think of it like pushing a boulder up a hill. In the beginning, it takes a tremendous amount of effort for very little progress, but with each push, you build momentum. Eventually, that boulder begins to roll on its own, gaining speed and moving more effortlessly. At first, your efforts may feel like they're not paying off. You may not see immediate results, and you might even question whether it's worth continuing. But consistency builds a foundation that eventually leads to breakthroughs. The key is trusting the process, even when the rewards aren't immediate. Consistency also plays a crucial role in developing self-discipline and mental toughness. Each time you push through resistance and show up, even when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your character. You teach yourself that you are someone who keeps their word to themselves, who doesn't give up when the going gets tough. This builds confidence because you begin to trust your ability to follow through and honor your commitments. Over time, consistency helps you develop mastery. The more consistent you are in a particular area, the better you become. It's through consistent effort that you gain experience, refine your skills, and ultimately get closer to your goals. In the beginning, it may seem like you're not making much progress, but the truth is, every small step is a part of a much bigger picture. And the more consistent you are, the more the picture becomes clearer and clearer, eventually leading to the success you've been working toward. So often, we hold ourselves back from change because deep down we question our worthiness. We look at our past mistakes, our perceived flaws, or the struggles we faced, and we believe that we're not deserving of a better life, of success, or of happiness. But the truth is that you are worthy of change, of growth, and of everything you dream about. Your worth isn't determined by your past, by what you've done, or by what others think of you. It's intrinsic. It's inherent. And the moment you begin to embrace this truth, everything shifts. You are worthy of change because change is a natural part of life. The universe itself is in a constant state of transformation, and so are you. No matter where you've been or where you are right now, your ability to evolve and create the life you desire is limitless. Your worthiness doesn't depend on perfection. It doesn't depend on having it all figured out. It depends on the simple fact that you are human, and as long as you're breathing, you have the right to shape your future, to redefine your path, and to create a new version of yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you have to prove yourself, that you have to earn the right to pursue your dreams. But in reality, your dreams are not reserved for a select few. They're yours for the taking because you are worthy of having the life you desire. Don't let the doubts of your past or the judgment of others hold you back. The longer you wait for permission, the longer you delay the life you could be living. You have everything inside of you to make that change. The first step is believing that you are worth the effort. The reality is that self-worth is not something you gain, it's something you recognize. It's about seeing yourself as worthy of love, of success, and of happiness, regardless of your circumstances. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and decide that you are enough right now as you are. That you deserve to evolve into the person you've always wanted to be, even if that person seems distant or out of reach. You are worthy of change not because you are perfect or because you've earned it, but because you are capable. You are capable of growth, of overcoming challenges, and of becoming someone who thrives, not just survives. Your journey isn't about being flawless, it's about embracing your humanity, accepting your imperfections, and recognizing that you are more than enough to create the future you deserve. The truth is, your life is defined by the decisions you make, and today you stand at the threshold of something extraordinary. You have the power to transform your life with one decision. That decision to take responsibility for your choices, to push past fear and doubt, to show up consistently, and to believe without question that you are worthy of change. This is your moment. The moment where you decide that your past does not define you, where you choose to step into your power, and where you commit to the future you've always dreamed of. It won't always be easy, but remember, every step you take in alignment with your vision, no matter how small, is a step toward the life you deserve. So choose today. Choose to believe in yourself, take bold action, and never forget that you are more than capable of creating the life you truly desire. The world is waiting for the best version of you, and it all starts with the decision you make right now.